Yeah, buddy. Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Sports. It's your boy Lee. Oh wait, I'm not Lee Ice. I'm Flying Brian, which I don't really have my sound effect ready because I'm juggling everything at the same time. So who am I again?
Flying Brian.
Okay, that's me. All right. So with me, as you can see, is humbly speaking the newest member to the Sideline Junkies Network. So he's gonna be filling in today. So you know, we're gonna have fun tonight on the show, and we're gonna talk about the West and all the divisions. But just real quick to get the serious stuff out of the way. So, um, after the last 2 weeks of the predictions, and Lee Ice predicting Tua to win the division, and Kyler Murray to win the division. Us at Sideline Junkies, we had to have a big meeting together, and no, I'm kidding. No, Leroy's on the he's out. I guess some kind of like mini vacation, so he's kind of stuck on the road, so he just couldn't quite make it. So, but I have all his predictions. We'll cover all that, and I'll cover all his predictions when we get to that. I also got Matty Ice's predictions in for the West. He's a big Raiders guy. My son's going to be coming on. He's been on the show a few times. He's going to be doing the Rams. So we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things to talk about with the West, a lot of football stuff to talk about, other sports things. So how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. First time co-hosting.
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. We're getting closer. We
Yeah,
want to be here before we know it.
yeah. It just feels like football season because there's really not because everything that's going on in the sports world is pretty much about either football or college football.
And we got college football this weekend, so we're officially back.
Yeah, yeah. So we're little seamless plug with that. So drive time on Monday we'll be doing a college a college prediction special. I think
Okay.
he's gonna get it's a sideline junkies thing. All of us are supposed to be submitting our top 10 college teams, and I'm a college expert, so I can't wait to get my top 10 together. But so that'll be coming up this Monday on drive time. So check that out, especially if you're a big college football guy. I've watched one college football game all the way through my entire life, and it was last year with Arch Manning in the first game of the season.
The Ohio State game.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah, that was a game in itself. That was a
yeah,
game in itself.
yeah. He kind of stunk it up a little bit, but
He did, but he has the Manning name, so we got to give him a little chill. We got to give him a little chill.
all right. So the way we do it on here, I don't know if you ever watched the beginning or not, but we do a little fist bump to get things going, to get the show started. I don't know if you have a drink with you, but if you do, we toast it. All right, perfect. So for everybody, real quick that's watching, go ahead and kind of duck out a little bit so they can see your background.
Oh yeah, hold on, I got
I don't know if they can see it or not. There you go. That's a picture of Jalen Hurts holding his son.
Yeah,
Uh,
holding his son.
I have a few ones of Josh like that with Miami and stuff, but
Oh man,
all right.
we
So we'll
getting
just
there.
yeah. All right. So we'll just try to trying to keep the same format and how we do things, and just so we'll start off with some news and notes that are going on in the sports world. Usually try to start it off with like the biggest story of the week or whatever. So let's go. Let's get right to it. The Buffalo Bills have announced they will be wearing their red helmets for their Christmas game against the Denver Broncos. So this is a Netflix game, right? Christmas Day? Yeah, on
Yeah,
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the red helmets. Became a fan as a kid when I was like 6 years old because of a game called Tecmo Super Bowl. For you youngins out there, probably don't know what that is, but if you're my age or a little older, a little younger, it's the greatest football game ever made. I'm sure you've heard of like the legacy of Bo Jackson in video games. That's where it comes from. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about the helmets. Do you like all the different changes with the uniforms and
So
gimmicks? And because the Eagles don't really do a whole lot with that, do they?
no, and I'm waiting. You guys act. A lot of teams actually got new jerseys again, like the Texans. How many more jerseys are they gonna get? It's ridiculous. You got Chicago. Their new jerseys. They look like it's. I don't like those jerseys, but the jerseys that you guys got, I like your new jerseys. I just don't like that blue helmet, but I do like
Yeah.
the red helmet that you got on that picture.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would go back to the red helmet. I mean, Josh he looks good in it anyway, but it just fits better. And it's not really a nostalgic thing either. Like, oh, you want to cause back was no, I don't know. I think it looks
Uh,
better.
yeah, that
Because
helmet does look better. That red.
all right, so Lee Ice checked in. He's on the road back from South Carolina. I don't know if you saw the very beginning of the
What's up,
episode, but
brother? What's up, brother?
yeah. Yeah. So Lee Ice will definitely be back next week. And next week we'll kind of plug it throughout the week, but or throughout the day and throughout the week on the network. It's the Big East show. So if you're
Mm,
watching in other areas and you don't necessarily, most everybody on this show is fairly local to like the DC, Baltimore, Virginia area. So uh, and then we have Bills fans and stuff too. Obviously, you're the Eagles fan. So next week we're doing the Commanders, we're doing the Bills, we're doing the Eagles. We got Cowboys fans obviously everywhere. So we're planning on having a big show. They'll probably talk more about it on Tuesday Night Flight that follows us. We
okay.
might do like one big giant show. We might go on till like 9 o'clock, and we're gonna combine shows and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how it's gonna work. I just know next week we plan on to make it real big. When we do the East predictions. For this network, the Commanders and the Bills are kind of like two of the big teams, and obviously you with the Eagles and the Cowboys itself. If you talk about the Cowboys, people seem to care for whatever reason. So, uh, yeah, no really Cowboys news this week, but we do have.
We got
Uh,
container news this week. The Washington
yeah,
container news. We got
yeah.
news about that.
I didn't really pull up. So yeah, I don't have anything specific on them.
Oh
I
man,
know they made some roster movements and all that. Go ahead, just give your thoughts on whatever is going on with them.
their old line. It's scary.
Well, yeah,
The
from the
guy that
game,
they,
yeah.
the guy that's replacing Tunzel, he can't stay. He gets injured every other day at practice. Every other day at practice. Then I'm watching the Detroit Lions game. I thought they say Sam Cosmi was a good guy in the middle for them. I couldn't tell. The backups from Detroit just JD's second play. Man, they had to pull the plug. Yeah, let's get him out of there before he gets hurt.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I mean, again, if it's bad, if anything bad happens in preseason, just go, oh, it's preseason, it doesn't matter. Anything good happens in preseason, then people that don't like that go, oh, it's just preseason, it doesn't matter. But for to put Jaden in and to have those three downs and then not put him in the rest of the game didn't come
Bad,
off very.
bad,
It felt bad. Yeah, it felt bad.
bad.
uh, if they would have put him back in and they would have, sustained a drive, someone would have been better, but they were afraid to put him back in because they didn't want him to get hurt because the line looked so bad. So it just wasn't a good. It just would have been better if
And
he just wouldn't have saw the field, and he
and
just
that's
would.
the scary
Yeah,
thing. The level of comfortability that they didn't have with
right.
being able to keep him out there to be able to get a drive going. So what if he only completed one pass? It's something, give us something to go off of
But they were
other than
clearly afraid of him getting hit. I mean, they were clearly afraid of
absolutely.
that.
I
Yeah,
mean, I would be too. Your franchise guy, the story around them. Oh, if JD's healthy, he's the best quarterback in the division in the league. It's a lot of ifs. I need to see it. So we'll wait and see. But I
yeah,
definitely it was a little scary seeing that. Because they're
yeah.
playing my birds week one.
Right.
And it's a lot of hunger over there.
All right. So we got a few people checking in. We got Big Dog. What's up, fellas? What's up? Good.
What's
What's up,
up?
man?
What's up, big old dog?
We
Hello,
got
Anthony.
yeah, we got Anthony, the biggest fan of Sideline Junkies, our number one fan, checking in.
Okay.
Another reason the East is big next week. Anthony, big Miami fan. Everything seems to fall on the East with this network for some reason. I'm pretty sure he doesn't really want to hear our predictions or give his own prediction for the Dolphins, but nah,
We
we
bringing
still.
back the best division in football this season.
And then Mama Sweeney's checking in, and then my uncle also checking in. So
Okay.
if you didn't watch last week, you might not know why he called them the containers. Go back and watch last.
Yeah,
go,
containers.
I actually forgot
Washington
that you said it. Yeah,
container.
go back and watch last
Yeah.
week's. Yeah. All right. He said. So coach said one series and he wasn't going to change it, but I agree it looked bad. So I mean, if they announced that before, there was only be one series, that's fine. If he said it was only going to be one series after it happened, who knows if that was the original plan. But speaking of that, another quarterback who needed to kind of show up a little bit. I mean, not necessarily. It's he's a rookie, whatever. But he looked bad. So
Yeah, that pick six didn't help him out. That was
no,
mm,
and it wasn't great. I mean, it was a bad. It was a pick six on him. It was a. It
they're a
was. It was.
little that team is a little under fire right now. You know, we're waiting to see about Ashton Genty. Is he gonna be there at least by week four, or how far along will that be? So that's definitely something we gotta wait and see. Because that's
Yeah.
very interesting right there. That's very interesting. I think that changes a lot of things for the team. Even though they got a backup running back, I think that definitely does change a lot of things for the team. You don't have your top guy that you drafted in the backfield anymore, and you're already waiting to see how good Kirk Cousins is going to be. So that's definitely something to watch.
So have they made their? They haven't made their official announcement yet, right? Of who's starting?
Nope, they
No.
haven't.
Okay.
But we can already infer.
I know. We just assume it's going to
Yeah.
be Cousins, but I just if he would have lit it up again, maybe it would be. But I mean, I don't know. And like you said, with the running back not being in, do you want to put a rookie quarterback in without the running back to fall
Yeah,
back
you want to
on?
put two rookies in the backfield?
Yeah.
Nah.
All right. More football news. Real quick, just because it's news, we'll cover it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe this guy could be used in a segment later on, but the San Francisco 49ers owner was arrested in Ohio, apparently for, I
Only
guess,
$140. Only $140.
$140 prostitution thing in a trailer park or something. I don't know. You're a
Unacceptable.
multi-billionaire. I'm assuming. What are you doing? I mean, nothing wrong with trailer parks. Trailer parks are fine, but it's just I don't know what you're doing there with $140 to pay for sex if you're
You're a
the owner.
billionaire. You
Yeah,
think
I don't
someone's
know.
not gonna recognize you?
And
Oh man.
but like at least with the Robert Kraft thing, like when he was like caught at like one of them rub and tugs, I don't know. Maybe he just had a maybe that was a fantasy. He just wanted to go to a massage
But
parlor and get whatever. But with this, I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
how you
it's
explain this, but
this is a hard explanation. This is really bad. Especially with all the drama they had with Brandon Ayuk creating for them this offseason. That's bad. That's a lot of smoke going to the team.
it shouldn't affect the team. But who knows? The owner affected the commander or the containers for years and years and years. So who knows?
Hey.
Let's see. He said during the week before the game. All right. So if it was always supposed to be one series, then that's fine. It just came off when he had such a bad three downs and didn't come back out. It just came off like ugh. All right. Real quick, just your thoughts on Vrabel coming out and saying that his team sucks and they have no depth.
Oh, I'm with them. If you got
Right.
any chance to watch our game, dude, we were mauling them. I mean, running the ball, pounding, pounding, pounding. Like I'm with him on that. He definitely has something to go and do on the other side of the ball. Because if we did that with the backups, oh man, that's gonna be a long season. You don't have any depth. One guy goes down, horrible, horrible. They got a lot of upside though, but you don't want to see that.
As a Bills fan, I'm glad he came out and said it. It's got to do something to the psyche a little bit of everybody. I mean, maybe not to Drake May and them, but if you're the guys that are trying to fight for positions or try to fight to make a starting job, and he comes out and says that, it can't be a good thing.
I mean, in the game, he literally called a timeout, and you could see the displeasure on his face. He's telling the guys after we did a 14 play drive, you got to stop this. This is ridiculous.
I love it. That's great news for me. All right, so just a little more football. Obviously, this is one of the bigger stories, and we'll actually get more into it in the freezer segment. So we can just put that in there because we don't have a whole lot of more. We've already gone through a lot of stuff, and I want to kind of save that for that because I know you got some thoughts on this, and we'll just. I'm assuming you're going to want to put somebody in the freezer that has to do with this. So,
Absolutely. He has a
all
companion that's another quarterback
right.
with him.
All right. So, real quick, little WNBA news. So the playoffs haven't quite started yet, but seven of the eight teams have officially qualified. The only team that can't make it is Dallas. These aren't the final standings, but they probably will end up being like this. Indiana right now is five and Atlanta's four, but that could flip flop. There is only like two games separating, like 5-2 or 5-3. But do you watch WNBA at all?
So I chime in here and there. I did see Caitlin Clark's last game. I really like that performance she put up. That
30,
was only, I think they
37
said that was only her fifth time getting a double double. So you
for
like
the
to see stuff.
for this season. For this season,
Yeah, for
yeah,
this season. So you like to see stuff like that. And I think she said they get maybe one more game and they go to a break. So
yeah.
like to see where they are right now.
All right, so let's transition with that because I will stay in that world. So let's see who is flying high today or for this week, and to stick with the theme. And he just mentioned Caitlin Clark, but we'll give credit where credit is due. Angel Reese
Okay, yeah, yeah.
is flying real high because she just broke two records in one game. She set the game record for rebounds in a game with 26. Now, people that watch and know the history of Angel Reese and kind of the jokes about her me bounds. She did have 10 missed shots and she had 8 offensive rebounds, but she still had 18 defensive rebounds. She's a great rebounder no matter how way you look at it, whether she gets her own shots or not. She's a great rebounder. And she set the record for the game and the season and counting. So she's already got the season record of all time. She passed Wilson, and she was in second anyway from like the year before. So as a rebounder, she's probably go down of all time, the greatest female rebounder of all time. But
Hey,
her
that's
shots,
something you don't hear every day.
yeah, I know. I mean, I guess Dennis Rodman was the only one that was kind of like was
Man,
accoladed so much for being a great rebounder, but she is really good at it. I'm not denying it, and she broke a bunch of records. It's just there's some other things about her, her demeanor and the way she shoots, and it's not really desirable. But
at least
uh,
she got one thing.
yeah,
You gotta take something if you gotta take something.
but I enjoy watching WNBA. I kind of got into it, especially with when there was a lull after the even I wasn't not into soccer, but with the World Cup, kind of gave us something to talk about on the show, something to have. And then once that ended, like and football's done and basketball's done and baseball, I just watch baseball just fall right asleep. Um, but so WNBA, I kind of like I was like, let me try to get into it, and I just kind of got all in, and I enjoy it. I really like watching it. Well, yeah, and that too, her stank attitude. Yeah, there's that too. Um, so who also is flying high, uh, ironically, because he's not here, but I had this plan for a few days, is Lee Ice. And I said, why would Lee Ice be flying high? Well, because he had a take last week that in our world has gone a little viral. And it's got thousands and thousands of views on social media and YouTube and TikTok. And
Oh
for those,
yeah.
yeah, for those who
Oh
didn't see the show,
yeah.
so for those who didn't see it last week, this is it.
He just wants the spotlight, man. Ain't never won shit. This got to be the most overhyped coach ever. What has Lane Kiffin ever won?
You tell me.
Nothing. Close your eyes. What you see? Not a damn thing. That's what Lane Kiffin won.
So for us, that I don't know if it's the biggest one, but it's one of the biggest. So you cut it up, you make a short on YouTube, and you make a clip on TikTok, and it's oh actually what TikTok with me and you and Lee Ice about what was it Gibbs.
Yeah, I
So
remember. I seen it. I seen it.
it's
Okay.
got that's got a decent amount of views too, so that's good. But yeah, and also what's cool about that is not just people are watching it; it's got like 60 comments and
Okay.
people
Yeah,
fighting
you
and
like the
arguing and
interaction. Yeah,
yeah,
the
and
interaction.
also you gotta when you're watching stuff and you comment, you just it's different when it's like people are commenting on there like "f you," you don't know what you're talking about. You just and
Yeah,
I want to like to respond to everyone. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Like it's just
you'll be typing all day.
I know it's just part of the territory, but it's cool to see. So he's got that traction going. And with that, we will segue not into the well, this might tie into the freezer of actually what is the biggest sports story right now is this.
Daquan Wright. He was on my Eagles, and we let him go, and Cleveland took him, and now he's back with his coach. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I think he was a guy that had a lot of potential. He just didn't have enough playing time because of trouble. So he gets a extra year to go back and work on his game, and he'll be able to come back to the NFL, and he'll have a different journey because he definitely had a nice skill set, good physical guy, good blocker. He had great hands. So I like that. I really do like that. And that comment Lee Ice made about Lane Kiffin is going viral because there's a lot of eyes on LSU this year. There's a
Yeah.
lot of eyes.
Oh, good for us. Good timing. Tim Watkins just randomly text type Mike
Mike,
McCarthy. I don't. We talked about them last week.
maybe he wants to put him in
Put him in the
in the
freezer.
freezer.
Well, he knows it's around that time. All right, so Lee Ice isn't here, so we won't technically do a Lee Ice deep freeze, but we will do a guest freezer. So I got a guest freezer. And so we didn't really get into. We just kind of talked about that. We get into it. So there's a lot going on with that guy going back to college and all the rules. Like people are trying to change it and all that. They don't like it. So Tuesday, if you're more into if you want to know more about that, check out the Tuesday Night Flight. I'm 99% sure Midnight Rider and KG we'll cover that in depth and get way more into that. We're coming up on a time where we got to start getting our predictions ready with having guests on, so can't really get into it. But real quick, if you just want to give your thoughts on, what the because I think what the Big Ten announced that you're not allowed to do that. You can't go back once you
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's almost like how Nick Saban came out and started talking about the NIL thing. It's things are changing, and I get that what we're so used to, but we got to be able to adapt. It doesn't make it right that the players can go from the NFL and then go back to college. You already have a jump start on the people, but yeah, I guess that's something that we're gonna have to start becoming more normal to.
So Mike McCarthy, the quarterback whispers really silent. I don't know what he's what he's talking about. But
Maybe
all
he's
right.
talking about their last performance
Yeah.
against.
All right. So, yeah. So the other big story is Jador Sanders announces he's a starter after having an atrocious preseason game, and then obviously he cut the press. He did the press conference, which was horrible. It didn't go well for him, and then he tried to kind of walk it back the next day. I'm assuming he's one of the guys going in the freezer. But just go ahead and
Absolutely.
talk about the whole situation.
Uh, I get it because this is the guy that they're paying the most money to, and after week one, who knows what we'll see because they're on the road. So we gotta give him. I get it, give him a chance, but what are you giving a guy a chance for when he's showing you in practice no contact, he can't even get the completions that he needs. So you're telling me now that there's no red jersey, the quarterback can get hit, that we're just supposed to be like, oh yeah, Deshaun Watson, he's gonna do it. I think we'll see more turnovers than touchdowns. Oh, but it's okay. Shador will be in by week four, the latest.
So you say
And
week 4? I've heard week 3 because I think the first 2 games are away, and the first home game will be the third week. I think.
oh yeah, definitely. The reason why I say you got to give him the first home game, he has to hear the boos. He has to see the disappointment from the stand. He thought that that was something in y'all game. Oh man, he doesn't even know. They're gonna give him the business because it's different when the other team wants to see the quarterback and your own fan base wants to see the quarterback. That's completely different. But Todd Monken, he'll have to eat it. You know, he said Deshaun Watson, I really like what I've seen from him. You know, he showed up. Well, okay, well let's see him show up week one.
Who do they have week 1? I should probably know that, but
I think it's the Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. People in the
that's
comments, let
that's
us
it.
know
That should
in
be
the
an app.
comments. Who do the Browns have week one? Jaguars.
So Watson is ass, and Sanders should be pissed. Yeah, I mean, you forget about all the stuff about oh well he's a fifth rounder and all that, and that's true he is, but Watson isn't any good, and the fact I know that they paid him the money, but they clearly have lost out on that investment. Even if he plays well and they make it to the playoffs, to say somehow, and he's the old, they're not going to re-sign him anyway. That whole investment is done anyway. So what are they trying to get back by starting him this year? At least with Shador, you don't technically know how good or bad he can actually be. But there's no way that Deshaun Watson can turn back the clock. Why would anyone think that?
I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He was bad before he got injured, and then he got injured, and now he's back and he looks horrible.
like I said with Lee Ice on the other show, he showed just a little bit, but not enough. Not enough to keep me up at night.
So that's what they're trying to avoid if he plays bad, and the Cleveland fans won't see him. Also, real quick, just to talk about that, obviously, I know some fans cheer for injuries and they want players to get injured. I don't believe in that. Should never wish for an injury, never root for an injury. And when he got injured and they all cheered, look, that's in bad taste. But for him to say he's not being booed or whatever, has nothing to do with performance. It 100% has to do with performance. If Josh Allen got hurt and got carried off the field, no one would be cheering. You know why? Because Josh Allen has performed great for the last 6, 7 years for the team, and nobody wants to see it. They were cheering necessarily because they don't want you to play for their team anymore because you've set the franchise back, what, 5 to 10 years. You've completely screwed him up money wise. And I forgot that he was traded to them and they had to give up first round picks. I forgot all about that. So not only
Which
are they
set them
fucking with
back
the
even
money,
more.
yeah,
And they lost Miles Garrett because of him. They
right.
lost their best defensive player because of him. Oh,
So
they're not.
if this guy really thought he was going to have a hero's welcome when he stepped back on the field because he got injured, the fans don't owe him anything because he's given them nothing to cheer for.
Yeah, what are we happy for? The last time we were somewhere was with Baker Mayfield. We lost out on Baker Mayfield for you also.
But even Joe Flacco got him to the playoffs because their defense was so dominant.
Yeah,
I saw a post on another show. They had his apparently Watson was 5-1, but his numbers were awful because their
yeah.
defense was just so good.
That was a healthy Nick Chubb. Remember that was when they were
Yeah,
able to, hey Nick Chubb, you take this and just go win the game,
right.
take over. Yeah. He
But he
didn't
was
have to do
they
much.
said his record was 5-1 and he had like 8 touchdowns and 7 turnovers. He
Yeah,
scored
that's horrible. Yeah, that's
eight
horrible.
touchdowns in 6 games and winning almost all of them. That's not on the quarterback.
That's on the other side of the ball. You
Yeah.
guys
I
couldn't
mean,
get a stop?
he got paid the highest contract or the most guaranteed money of any quarterback in history. He was considered to be one of the top quarterbacks before he got to Cleveland and he sat out whatever nonsense he was doing. And I said fans don't owe him anything if he hasn't given them anything for them to cheer for. I obviously don't cheer for somebody when they get hurt. I understand that, but for him to be booed during a preseason game, he should have been. Fans want to see Shador because they want hope. They want something. They want to, at least with Shador, he could turn into something, or maybe he's good, but you know what you're getting with Deshaun.
At least you know when Shador gets in, you're gonna get the best of the best from the team. They're gonna the level of performance and competition in there, it's gonna rise because they have someone that they believe in. I don't see why they would perform for Deshaun. I mean, yeah, we'll go out here. If we're getting our ass kicked,
Yeah,
okay. With Shador, oh, we're out there. You mean we got a chance? Actually, go back to the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans game last year. Think about performances like that. Him versus Cam Ward. They'll rise for something like that. That game was a shootout, and it just came down to Kevin Stefanski. Horrible. What I mean, he got you down there to the goal line, and you're running trick plays. I mean, you're taking the ball out of his hands. It's just stuff like that. That's like, wow, this is what we're going in. This is the era of Cleveland football right now.
yeah. I mean, it's sad. I feel bad for the fan base. Obviously, being a fan of a team that hasn't won a Super Bowl but has been real close a few times. Or Cleveland hasn't been close since the '80s and has never even been there. So it's rough, and and it seems like they can't do anything right on any aspect. They have one of the greatest defensive players of the last 20 years. They kind of not wasted. I mean, he set records and stuff for the team, but now he's gone. They got Baker Mayfield, who got into the second round of the playoffs, was very popular, face of the franchise, calling commercials, had stuff. They got rid of him for whatever reason.
Because
You
remember
know,
the Odell Beckham drama. Odell
right,
Beckham's dad
right.
and
That's
yeah,
right.
they
I forgot
couldn't
all about that.
they couldn't dodge a bullet. Man.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if
just
you'll
sad.
like the other guy I got that's gonna go in the freezer, but I
Oh,
gotta say it. It's Justin Fields. I mean,
oh,
I had expectations. You're going with Big Red. If Big Red can't fix you, I don't know. I don't know what else is gonna happen. Cause it was a play I was watching in a game. He had a guy wide open for a touchdown, and he chose to stay in the pocket, pat the ball, normal Justin Fields, and take a sack. I mean, you don't know how to throw it away yet, Justin Fields? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I
Justin
just
Fields.
I don't understand that guy. And the other person, JJ McCarty. JJ, you've now moved yourself behind Carson Wentz. Are you serious, JJ? You were just the guy. What happened?
Hey, but no, they're gonna win the division. So what are you worried about?
Yeah.
They got Kyler Murray.
Well, they're gonna fight for the division. I told you how I am about Green Bay. Green Bay's they're here for a fight this year. They're here for a fight.
All right, it's Tim Watkins. Right before we go to break, as long as Watson plays, my Steelers won't come in last in the division. All right. On that note, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We will do the West. Where are my videos?
You still gotta think about me. Want someone to hold. You can put me on airplane mode. You can put me on. You still gotta think about me. Want someone to hold. You can put me on airplane mode. You can put me on.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have the Sideline Junkies Rams fan, my son. I'll just call him the Prodigy.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, is that a rival? That's a rival I see.
Yeah, you're one of the teams that get the better of us.
5-0. I definitely say that. Absolutely.
Oh, look who's here.
Hey, my brother.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, y'all doing a good job. I like
Oh,
the guest freezer. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like the guest
I
freezer.
couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I was like, I probably won't do it because it's. I just want, but I was like, I'll just do it like this. We'll have something with it.
What's up, JR? Welcome back.
I don't know if you
I
can
said,
hear me
let
or
me
not.
jump on for a little while. I'm about an hour away from home.
Hold on. Now, since he's in, I can't hear. All right, he'll come
Oh,
back
you can't
in.
hear
I
me?
don't know what happened.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Leroy's
you.
done
We
messed
couldn't
everything
Oh,
hear
up.
him.
oh, I messed everything up.
Now I can't hear Leroy. What's going on?
Wait, I can
Oh,
hear
Can
him.
you
You
hear
can't
him?
hear him? Oh man.
I can't hear anyone. I'll be right back.
Hey, say containers for me.
the Washington Containers.
The Washington Containers. Are you
Yeah, I'm about an
nervous?
hour away. Hmm?
Are you nervous from
When I
that
watched that
performance?
game,
Yeah.
yeah, when he went back, I was like, oh. But I'm glad,
Hey, no
I
injuries.
still
No injuries. Glad there's no injuries.
I still wish they would play him in the last game. I just still want to see him throw the ball.
I
Yeah.
can hear you now.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Yeah, I
So
couldn't hear either. I had to jump out.
Yeah.
I can
yeah.
hear everybody.
All right, Lee, guys, are you going to stay on for the rest of the show, or?
No, I just stopped in to say hi.
All right, so I have all your picks. I got them put with me, so the audience
Okay.
will still see them, and we'll still discuss them. I don't think you really have anything too off the wall, unlike the last 2 weeks with Tua winning the division and Kyler Murray winning the division. So I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, yeah, well, some people might uh
Gooner. What's up,
when I
Gooner?
when they look at my AFC West pick. So
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
so
it took me a
I
while.
obviously I know everyone's because I make all the graphics for it, but nobody really knows mine. No one knows Leroy's, so we get honest reaction from everyone when it's shown.
Okay.
All right, so because it's we're doing the West and he's our special guest, let's go ahead and do his first.
Oh wow. Wow, so we're just doing okay.
Yeah, so I have me and Leroy's together in a picture, but for you guys, I just have yours. So real quick, just go over what you want to go over. I think we're all lockstep on the Cardinals, so we don't really need to touch on that too much. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cardinals. Maybe it depends on the quarterback. If Carson Beck plays, it's a little more exciting for everybody. Still not going to win any games, in my opinion. It's just one of those years. Seahawks, to me, take a step back. I think Mike McDonald's defense pretty much stays the same. I think the offense falls apart a little bit. I think everybody takes a little bit of a step back. It's not just a Sam Darnold thing. You got Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Jackson had a great year. He'll probably have another, 1 year. The 49ers, to me, that was a lot of it based off of the schedule itself. When we went through the schedule, to me, the 49ers had some stretches where there were some gimmies. And then the Rams, of course, just has to do with the
everything.
team. Yeah.
I'm shocked that I can't believe you picked the Rams. That's the biggest shocker in the world.
Looking at my AFC West, and it's looking a little whack to me.
Yeah, 14-3 is whack. We had this argument when we first did them around each other. Again,
maybe
on what planet are they going to go 14-3?
Switch. Maybe the graphics wrong. I don't know.
Graphic. No, that's what you sent me. Well, remember when you did the Chargers pick, it was during that Madison Beer, Justin Herbert video of them like canoodling during.
He's like, this guy's not locked in.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That might have been it. I was real high on Mendoza, but
is that right? He got the Raiders second. The hell?
Yeah, he did this a few weeks ago before the Mendoza game a couple days ago.
Are you standing by that?
Well, here's what I will stand by: the Broncos having an absolute losing record season. I want to talk about the Broncos first. I think they have an opportunity to go 1-5, honestly, to start the season.
I don't have the schedules pulled up, so
I can pull it up real quick.
Let's talk about it.
Or let's pull up. Let's see where.
Ignore the Raiders.
All right, so on the flip side of that, Khalid's got the Broncos winning at 11-6, and you got them 6-11. So perfect.
I got a story behind mine, so we can talk about it if you want to talk about the Broncos.
Yeah, just go. Let's do the Broncos. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
All right. So the reason I put the Broncos first, Bo Nix doesn't get hurt last year. We're talking about the Broncos winning the Super Bowl.
I don't know about winning. I think they're going for sure. Winning, I don't know. Going for sure. I'm with you on going.
But see, this year, you look at the Broncos, right? In the past 2 years, I got something tallied right here. I know. I'll just tell you. So the Broncos defense last year is really why I made sure I put them back. I have a hard time seeing that they're just going to take a big drop off. They led the league in sacks last year with 68. They could get back in the 60, 55 range. That's still a dominant performance as far as that. But you're telling me the points that they allowed, it was a little bit of a drop from the year before. The year before they were like middle of the pack. They were averaging like 24, 25 points a game. So they took a dip. They lowered it down to 18.3. I have a hard time seeing the secondary for the Broncos being horrible. You still got Patrick Surtain, and you got the most picked corner, one of the most picked corners on the other side, of Riley Moss. That guy gets picked on a lot. He has a lot to show up for this year. Then I have a hard time seeing that Nick Bonito is just not gonna show us that he's still the guy. I have a hard time seeing that. But also, I like this. Sean Payton, he got his quarterback injured. he relinquished the keys. Someone else is calling the plays this year. And you're telling me with Jalen Waddle, just Jalen Waddle alone, with Cortland Sutton, we're not talking about something dangerous there.
No, I'm not buying that.
Ah, I
All
mean,
right.
you
So go ahead.
still.
So he gave you all the reasons why they're going 11-6. You gave him all the reasons why they're going 6-11.
It honestly has to do. Well, it all starts in the season opener, right, against the Chiefs. If the Broncos, I'm not going to not take Patrick the first week in a division game. I think that's when they play their best. I think that's when they come out as their best. Uh, we know a September deal for most of his career. The injury doesn't scare me a lot. Now, week 2 they have the Jags. That might be the game where I don't see the defense like you're saying. The secondary, Nick Bonito is going to clearly be a huge problem. Taking a step back, to me it's going to remind me a lot of the Texans last year. A lot of those like maybe 18-12 games. Those type of deals. And the first 6 games are the Chiefs, Jags, Rams, 49ers, Chargers, and then the Seahawks. And those are all games where if you're counting on your defense to hold them to maybe 15 to 20 points, I don't have any faith in Bo Nix against against those bigger teams to make it happen. And Jalen Waddle's not the name to put me over the edge for that. And now, at the most, to me, they start 3-3. To me, 1-4, 2-4, 1-5 is more believable. And then if that start happens, I don't see them coming out of that.
So you got the Chiefs beating them week 1.
I don't think that's a crazy take.
It's not a crazy take, but you got to think about this. Yeah, Mahomes is Mahomes, but he has to be able to show a little bit of scramblability because the guys they're gonna crash down, so he has to be able to escape enough to be able to create just a little bit. We don't need you leaving the pocket running out. That's the biggest question mark. Because that's why I said the defense. You got Zach Allen and you also got Nick Bonito. We know that they're going to win their one-on-one matchup. And we didn't forget about the Chiefs' offensive line just a year off. I mean,
I don't deny those problems.
Yeah, talk about those problems. I get that. It's Patrick
14
Mahomes,
and 3.
Andy
14
Reid.
and 3 is insane.
14-3 is a lot.
They're not going 14 and 3.
I'm seeing that now. I don't understand.
I know that they'll get at least 10 wins. They'll get at least 10 wins because they only got 6 last year because the backup quarterback was garbage last year. I mean, only 6, and you lose Mahomes. They still had guys around. I get they lost Worthy because his little injury, but they still had pieces. It's the same pieces they have this year, except we're not talking about Rashee Rice as being the main receiver anymore. Where it's a guy from Cincinnati and Cyrus Allen who I like. It's Jalen Royals who I like. It's Tyquan Thornton. So they have pieces, but you got K9 now in the backfield. You got K9, the guy who just won the Super Bowl for Seattle. So I get all of that, but still, then again, I'm looking at the other side of it. Sean Payton is hungry. I lost my team a performance because I wanted to let my quarterback take the ball. He could have just ran the ball. It's a little bit more of that in there.
A lot of guys could say that.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than that in there, but we'll see it. If Patrick Mahomes is who Patty is, week 1, that's how you come back. You take down the division leader of last year. You take them down and you do it in a stylish fashion. But it's something to be said. And the Chargers, I got the Chargers where I got them because they just lost their center for the season. So Justin Herbert has an excuse this year already. Well, I don't have my center. Remember last year they lost his tackle. So he has an excuse already starting out. But how much of an excuse are we going to give this guy who year in and year out, he's passing for at least 3,000 yards? The minimum, 3,000. And you just put Mike McDaniels in a system with a quarterback who he's never had a guy like. I mean, he can run. I didn't
Mike
forget what he did against my team with a broken hand or a broken finger. I mean, I didn't forget that. And you're telling me he has a coach that can scheme open guys. You got Omarion Hampton who's coming back, who's healthy. I mean, that's a man right there. That's a man amongst men. That's a big boy.
All
I
right,
don't know.
let's
I don't
okay.
know how
Let's
girl. That's crazy.
all right. So let's go ahead and check out what me and Leroy's AFC is since we got all
Okay.
this Broncos Chiefs controversy. So let's see where we stand.
Oh, it's okay. All right,
All
y'all
right, so it's
vote for the
actually not.
Chargers.
So
Okay.
he's pretty high on the Chargers compared to every. So he thinks
Okay.
Madison Beer and Justin Herbert canoodling is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Apparently,
I
I do
like it. The
too.
Chargers could do something very sneakily and surprise everyone. Maybe this could be the year that they actually beat out everyone. Now, if that happens, that's good. I'd love to see it, but you just lost Jesse Mentor, who was a staple for their defense. He at last in 2024, he was the reason they had the number one defense in the NFL, allowing only 17.7 points. And even in 2025, they only gave up 20 points a game. I mean, he was still a top 10 defense. So whoever's filling those shoes, those are big shoes to fill.
This is the first year that I did not pick the Kansas City Chiefs. And the reason why I picked them, and I say, wait a minute. You know what the big change on them is?
What?
Travis Swift. Travis Swift. That's the big change for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. I'll tell you, he's not going to be the same, and that's Mahomes' main guy. I know they picked up my man from Seattle, the running back,
hmm
but yeah, 87. That's Mahomes' main guy. He has a new partner now, so Travis Swift. He probably changed his name on the back of his jersey too.
He should actually do that for one game. You know how many jerseys they would sell?
I mean,
Yeah.
also
Oh
we
my.
could be potentially looking at maybe his last season, maybe if it
Yeah.
doesn't go
Oh,
out how he.
he's gonna be horrible this year. Watch, he's gonna drop passes and he's gonna be overweight and he's gonna be horrible. So this is finally the year that my guy Justin Herbert steps up and wins the division. You
Mama
know,
Sweeney says he's going to be even better this year.
Denver. I mean, they got talented defense, but remember Peyton and Bo Nix. There's a rumor that they don't like each other. They've been going back and forth. If my goddaughter wasn't in the car with me, I would call Sean Payton another name. So
What does it rhyme with?
itch.
Oh, itch. You
oh.
got an itch? All right.
Yeah, it rhymes with itch. So, but
So we're I mean ours
you're
is
pretty
very
high on the
similar.
Raiders. You got the Raiders winning 8 games.
Again, that was before the Mendoza press conference and
The
it was
Jinty injury.
but when I went through the picks and I made the picks, it wasn't like I had them upsetting a lot of people. I just thought they were better than some of the bad teams that they're going to play. I don't think they're going to be that bad. I think they're going to be pretty good. Even if Kirk Cousins is just but again, I did this before for the injury too to the running back. So, but again, 6-11, 8-9, both last in the division. That's not much difference.
It's really only one underlier. And when you look on the other side of the ball, it's who's the other cornerback that they have, and how long is it going to take for Gerard McCoy to become himself? Because I like what they did in the draft. They have probably one of the best linebacker cores. They got N'Kobe Dean and Trayvon Walker. I like that. That complements Max a lot now. Now he has two guys that he knows that's behind him. So it takes that off, and you got a corner and a safety in this year's draft. So it's a lot of high hopes. I mean, who knows? Like we're saying, if the Broncos fall out, maybe they could take the Broncos spot. Who
All right,
knows?
let's we'll go back to AFC in a
Hey
minute, but let's go
fellas,
ahead and touch on. Oh, go ahead, Leos.
I'm gonna get off right now. Okay.
All
All
right,
right,
all right, man.
All right,
See you
y'all.
next week.
all right,
Yeah.
Yes,
brother.
sir. All
Yeah.
right.
All right, so let's Oh, I went to put the wrong person gone. Oh, look at that. That's why we do it live. All right. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's touch on with all the hype of the Rams. He obviously he's got the Rams going 14-3. And it is his team. But me and Lee Ice are not that far from it. Lee Ice has got him going 14-3, and I got him going 13-4. And I'm a little higher on the Seahawks than everyone else seems to be. Everyone else has got them falling way off compared to I do. But before we get to the Seahawks on it, let's go ahead and touch where because you're the only one that has all the overhyped Rams. You're the only one that's got them going 11-6. And not that that's bad, but for them to be this hyped going into the season and coming in second and not winning the division, I feel like that might feel like a disappointment. So let's go ahead and talk real quick of why you only got them 11-6.
That's why I didn't put them that high. I don't want to be disappointed with having the expectation. Oh, they got Miles Garrett. Aaron Donald could potentially be coming back. Oh, this secondary that they got. Oh, this. I don't want to be disappointed. And the pieces that they got, Trent McDuffie, he's a good corner, but we're talking about my team. We've had success against him and Jalen Watson in the Super Bowls. So they're good pieces, but I'm looking at it from that. Then also offensively, if I'm thinking about it like this: if Puka Nakua has to take some games off because of a suspension, because of that incident, that's a different ball game. If there's a
Well,
coach that
that's completely different.
yeah, and if it's a coach, but
Is
that's why
that
I say
is that a real conversation that he might get suspended?
it was
Yeah, I
talk
don't know why it wouldn't have happened already, but
What was the incident? I don't even remember.
the
when
bite.
yeah, biting that girl when he had
Oh,
to go check himself in the rehab and
okay.
everything.
That's not okay. You're not allowed to bite women. That's not all right.
No, but I'm just thinking about that. If that has to happen,
Yeah.
then that changes things a lot for the team because now Stafford has to get the ball to Mumpfield. He has to go to Xavier Smith. He has to go to I can't remember the other receiver, but he has to go to guys like that. Oh, and he'll have to get in CJ Daniels. If it's a coach that I believe in, it's McVay. McVay can take the guys, the unknowns. He did it with the tight ends. I mean, people didn't know who Terrence Ferguson was. They didn't know who Davis Allen was. If there's a guy who can do it, I'll take him over Kyle Shanahan with figuring out how to utilize your guys. Kyle Shanahan can do it, which is also kind of the reason why I just put the 49ers because on paper and off paper, you just listen to the 49ers team. Healthy, we know what a healthy Fred Warner is. We know that Nick Bosa, no one is expecting him to come back and be a speedster rusher. No, he just has to be technique, fundamental, and be a power rusher. If he's a bully, that creates a problem because now you got Dre Greenlaw back with his running mate. You remember, if Dre Greenlaw doesn't get hurt in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs weren't moving the ball. And he's healthy now. He's back with a Fred Warner. So those two, they combat each other hand to hand. And you know, you're a Rams fan. If there's only one coach in your division that gives you guys the most struggle, it's Kyle Shanahan. He's
No,
two and one.
he knows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then this this is the only hiccup. Right now, you look at you look at the 49ers. Oh, who's the other receiver? If the rookie Deshaun Stribling from Ole Miss shows up, dude, you got George Kittle. We know what George Kittle is, healthy. He comes back week 1, great. They play you guys. If he's back, balls rolling, C-Max rolling, they got Debo. I don't really see how you can tell me that you don't see this being a problem because we watched them
You
last
lost
year
me at
go.
Debo.
Yeah, you got Debo back. I don't really see how this team, healthy wise, why they can't be a problem for you guys. You guys got talent, but if it comes down to a brawl, I don't think you want the brawl because you can take a you can slow down a Devontae Adams. You can't slow down the Puka Nakua because the accessibility of him. You put him in the backfield, you use him in motions. That's someone that you can't take him away. But you can slow down Devontae Adams, which you saw a little bit in the playoffs last year against the Panthers. So he'll still get his targets in the red zone, but you're gonna need that more in the course of a game. The other thing I'll say, maybe this is a Blake Corum year where he forces Kyron Williams to be sound, where he can't fumble the ball. If this is that type of year, then hey, Rams easily. I I don't want to give them 14. I feel like it's too high. Because my other question is going to be this: in those 14 wins, in those 3 losses, is one of those losses to my Eagles week 4? Because that's early in the season.
It is early in the season.
So that's one of your victories.
I think it
One of
was.
my, it's one of the toss ups. I mean,
I understand. You got
it's
to
got to
keep
go
putting
our
it.
way one time.
Yeah.
This guy's building up a
But
seven.
here's the thing. Last year was the best chance you guys were going to get at it. That was the best chance. Down that many points at
But what
home,
happened? What actually happened though?
Kevin Patullo stunk it up. I mean, you guys only scored 2 touchdowns. If Devontae Adams gets
No,
that push,
I don't remember.
yeah,
But it came
hey.
down to a blocked field goal.
But it was more than that.
It was more than that. It
it
was
was
more than
that
that.
fourth and
But
goal with Devontae Smith. It was the AJ Brown mauling over Emmanuel Forbes, just mauling over. It was those things. But that's why I say that game. It's a little less of a toss up and more of a now. You got an offensive play caller with the guy we got now. You're not gonna see any more of that. Oh, I'm just calling this play to call this play. That's what Kevin Patullo is. Heck, if you don't know, just pay attention to how the Dolphins look right now in the preseason. I mean, that's the Kevin Patullo effect for you. Horrible. I don't know how he got a job, but horrible.
All right. Well,
Horrible.
we got like 12 minutes. We'll discuss more of the picks, and I'll let you,
Okay.
Ryan Jr. I'll let you talk more about the Rams. But I want to do this because Matty Ice gave me his pick. So
oh, nice.
Matty Ice is going to do his own prediction show 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from yesterday. So it'll be a Labor Day special. But he comes on the show all the time, and we're a big family. So he let me have exclusive access to his West prediction. So I'm actually going to break it here before it's even on his show. So this is how he's got the West predicted. Oh, the Raiders are going to suck.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So when I talked to him, I was like, yeah, you want to give me? He's like, oh, we're gonna be doing our own show, and he was like, I'll tell you, the Raiders are gonna suck. That's my prediction. I was like, well, I can't make a graphic and use that for show. I was like, you know what? Actually, I can. So yes, yeah, Matty Ice is gonna be doing Drive Time's gonna be doing their own prediction show Labor Day 2 weeks from yesterday. But a nice little preview for that is the Raiders fan Matty Ice believes that they're going to suck. And this is fresh off of everything that's been going on in the last 2 weeks. To pull back the curtain a little bit, me and Brian Jr., we did our full predictions kind of in the same room, like right as preseason just got started. So everything that's been happening that's kind of been changing people's minds on game stuff, we've already picked them, we've already done it, and we've kept it locked in. So ours might look a little different than based on what's going on, what's actually happening in real time. But let's go back to. So, like I said, we're all of us are high on the Rams. All of us have bought into the hype. Lee Ice and you got him 14-3. I got him 13-4. I believe I had him beating the Eagles. I'd have to go back and pull it up. I don't remember exactly. I'll have that for sure next week. And then, like I said, you got him in second, 11-6. But go ahead, buddy. Just go ahead and talk about a little bit about the Rams and with the kind of the stuff that he presented of reasons why they might not live up to the hype. You tell him why they will live up to the hype.
Well, I think it a lot of the I remember when in 2021, there was just a lot of the same super team talk. And this was right after we added Eric Weddle, which isn't even really a name, but it was just
Who?
something so over the top, bringing in that kind of veteran who ended up making a few plays. And I just remember feeling that kind of doubt of bringing so many, you could say, names, because that was after Von Miller and Odell and all that stuff. So really just, all those flashy level names. And now we're in a time where we have Devontae Adams and Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie. And I know Sean McVay is big on guys who can play, guys who we know that can play or have proven in some way that they can play. And we're not counting on what if or and that's pretty much goes for every major position on our team. Um, and I think a lot of it has to do with momentum. A guy like Devonte Adams, he's going to play the best he's ever had. This may be his last chance to get the ring. Puka Nacua, we're trying to get his first ring. Myles Garrett, that's the only reason he's on the team. Guys like Trent McDuffie have already been there. And then you have a lot of younger guys, like you said, Blake Corum, who's trying to win a job and get paid. Puka's also trying to get paid. And then that entire front four, or on top of Myles, you got Byron Young, Kobe Turner, who's already making a bunch of money, who's trying to make even more money and trying to get their first ring on top of it. And I think a lot of that had to do in 2021. Aaron Donald came up and made that 4th and 6th play. One, because he's maybe the greatest of all time in whatever recent history, but also because he wanted the ring the most on the field. And I think when you got all of those players like that, who are more hungry than they ever have been in their entire career, and that really goes all over the field. Plus, Chris Shula, absolutely going to get a job next year. So he's trying to make the best defense in the league. Same goes for whoever the offensive. I know he has like a weird last name, Nate something. He's trying to get a job. You know, everybody who coaches under McVay is trying to get a job. Everybody on the team in some kind of way is hungry in their own way. And this is, and you know, when all that kind of stuff comes together, yeah, there's a chance it can unfold. But when you got guys that you know can play, have proven that they can play. Myles Garrett's coming off of whatever year. I mean, I'm not saying nobody's denying. I'm not talking about Aaron Donald. I don't even want to give that any. That has nothing to like that. If that happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think the team's looking at it. I don't even want to talk about that. But
I'm not
all of
sure.
that,
I'm not honestly. I'm not sure what's happened. I mean, what's he
Yeah.
waiting for?
well, I don't know.
It might
But
not
all
be
of
Aaron
that put
Donald.
together.
Yeah.
It might be the organization, you know? It might be them saying, you know, the caliber of player, do we want to just rush him back into this, or is this something that we should have had set in stone kind of at the end of last year, just because the type of production that he can do when you put both of them together, being in football shape and actually playing football, it's two different things. You know, you can work out all summer and get yourself in shape, but if you haven't played the game as long as he has, I think that's another thing. You know, you don't want to go out there and not put up the best foot forth you can, because again, this is a guy that's going into the retirement until he's getting him a golden jacket. So do you want to come back and give a bad performance, not give the Aaron Donald that we know you can, or you want to ease yourself back into a bit? The only question is this: how healthy can we keep Stafford this year, so that if we don't make it this year, then next year we make that run?
With Ty Simpson.
No, no, no. That's why I said I'm sure Matthew Stafford right now he'll wanna. Oh yeah, if we don't make it, I wanna. But you also gotta think about this. It's a lot of things right now that I would really say. I really wish you guys didn't get Ty Simpson, because next year you guys could have been in the market. I think Joe Burrow is gonna be leaving the Bengals. And you're telling me,
We've talked about that.
We
We've
have
talked
yeah.
about
talked
that.
about that, but I wouldn't put it past McVay to just tell Ty Simpson to, you know,
Pound sand.
pretty much. If
or
Joe
hey,
Burrow's on the table, he did it to Jared without even thinking. You know,
or
when
hey,
everyone thought Jared was this amazing quarterback.
bring the reunion. Call Baker. Baker's not. He's clearly not going to be in Tampa next year. You saw what Sean McVay was able to do with Baker off of less than 48 hours.
If Stafford comes out and looks like Cam Newton on the Patriots, yeah, you probably make that call. But if it's another year where we're losing to the Seahawks in the championship game, it's going to be hard to want to get a guy like anybody but Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert
I'll say
instead of
this.
trying it again.
Justin Herbert. That's right. I forgot we talked
I'll
about
say
that
this
too.
also.
Well,
If
I mean,
Stafford comes out and
No.
he's looking how he looked against the Carolina Panthers, then that's a conversation, because that they really, really had you guys' number. They really, really had your number. And Bryce Young just wasn't ready for the moment. They really had you guys' number.
Yeah.
He's the 98th greatest player in the NFL.
And a lot of
I
it had to do with that game. He threw 2 touchdowns on 4th and 1 on completely broken coverage to Jalen Coker. It was a very memorable game. It was bad, but I didn't expect that to happen.
yeah, no, no. I don't expect that to happen again because you got the big names
Oh,
with. I'm sorry, you got
you're
the
good.
big names with Trent McDuffie and we're hoping Emmanuel Forbes continues to show his flashes with with Justin Watson. See, I know
Can't
who those
curl.
guys are. They have a lot of potential. Trent McDuffie, if he just decides that he wants to be the best corner in the division, hey, go for it. Go for it. I'm all for it. It's
Yeah,
it's not much that you can really say against you guys because at the end of the day, you have one of the youngest, greatest minds at quarterback. I'm not quarterback. I mean at coach. That it's just unquestionable. You don't. It's not really much you can really say. If you guys are in a situation, Sean McVay has that answer, and I'm calling it from the team that you guys have seen the most. I'm calling it from that standpoint, dude. If I'll say this, and I'll ask you because I always ask the Rams fan if the snow didn't come down, do you guys really think that you actually were standing a chance? Because remember how that game was going at first. It was looking like it was going to be a maul. Then the snow kind of evened it out, and the quarterback got hurt.
Which game are you? Which
Yeah,
game are
which
you
one?
specifically talking about?
The uh, the game that the game, this the snowball when Saquon took it to the house.
Oh,
He's
the
about
the,
the
the
Eagles.
okay, the Eagles game. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, it's hard to credit a team that's. It's hard to credit the snow to
the
flip a
snow
game
balanced it out though.
on a team in our favor.
No, it made it even. Remember, my quarterback got hurt. Don't remember Jared Verse came in with a nasty
Right,
sack,
right, right. Yeah, yes, right. That
so
right.
he
Okay,
got hurt.
right. Yeah, I do remember this.
This guy, this
That
guy got the East on the brain. We're doing the East next week. We got plenty of time to talk about the Eagles next week.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
This he got 17-0 written all over him the way he's been talking about
Oh
the
no
Eagles.
no no no! Realistic. 14 this year.
Yeah,
14. Go ahead and get us back. Go
I
ahead and
don't
get
know if
us
that's
back in
I
that
don't know if that's
pedigree.
realistic.
I mean, they got us going for 10, but 14. It's this thing that we have. 14
Spoiler
wins,
alert.
11. Yeah, spoiler
is that a lot
alert.
of that is a lot of that faith in Makai Lemon.
No, not it's not just Makai. I mean, it's you go and look at the other side of the ball. I mean, Jalen Carter got paid for a reason. It's some guys in the league that you go and talk about them. They might not show up with flashy stats, but you go and look at the impact that they have on the game. He's one of those guys. Game
He's
record
one
when
of
he
those guys.
chooses. Yeah, game record.
It
We
He's
is
got
it,
absolutely one of those guys.
it is fun to see that. I don't know what Leroy's predictions are for next week with the Commanders and all that. But like the media has the Rams as the top team of the NFC, and a lot of the media has the Bills or the Ravens or the Chiefs, I guess, as the top team in the AFC. Now the Eagles in the media are considered to be good, but not great. But
and I like that.
it's just interesting to see how fans got them a fit. When I show like when Leroy said, of course you got the Rams one, but you and Leroy have the exact same predictions. It's not like you didn't pick him to go 14-3 because you're a fan of him. Most people believe that. And when my prediction for Buffalo next week, I don't think it's gonna be much. I mean, maybe it will be, but most of the media around kind of agrees with me too. I think they've been one of the top teams of the last 5 years, and not that I think the Eagles are going to be bad or anything. I don't see 14 games. I honestly don't remember what place I have them. I definitely have
I
it
mean,
between them and the
I,
Cowboys, but
I wouldn't I got them. I got them at 11 wins, but 14 wouldn't be a stretch. That just to me means that they just got the ball rolling, and the defense is playing at an extremely high level. I mean, we can simply sit here and just look at the defense just alone. Uh, I think that again we'll have a top five defense, and maybe it won't be fifth when it's all said and done. That just all relies on the health of Jonathan Grenard. Well, let me not talk too much. We'll save that
Or
for next week.
are you saying if Jalen Hurts has a
I
just
mean,
say a mediocre to above average year, that you
what
still make it a playoff run because of the defense?
what's mediocre? Under 3,000 yards passing.
I mean, his
Under three, under
what do
three
you
thousand.
consider his season last year?
I mean, his season
It
last
was
year.
better than average.
His season last year it definitely could have been better, but I mean, I'm one of those people who I don't want the turnovers. In that Chargers game, horrible, killed me. That was the worst. That was the worst that I've ever seen him play. Literally, four in one game. No, you're not Jared Goff. You're not gonna stink up the place like that. He's done it 2 years in a row. Jalen, we don't need to see that from you again. But
Uh, wrote, wrote,
we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it next
we'll
week.
cover all these next week. Like I said, we're gonna have a big show next week. Just keep tuning to Sideline Junkies on Facebook and stuff for all the information how next week's gonna work. Real quick before we get out of here, I just wanted to, because technically we can't give it away for next week, but he can, you can, Brian Jr. If you're not gonna be on next week, or you might be on next week, who knows? But so we all have the Cardinals either 3-14 and 2-15. I can't technically give it away what I have, but do you have the Cardinals being the worst team in the league?
No,
No. Okay. I think we all kind of know
I had the
what team that.
Falcons being the worst team in the league.
Oh,
I
you have
know.
the Falcons. Okay.
Yeah,
Ah,
I had the Falcons winning 2 games, I believe.
All right.
oh
All right.
man.
So just real quick, do you remember how many games you have the Dolphins winning?
It was either the same or 3.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
But you think so? You think Falcons, Cardinals, Dolphins? That's what you think.
Yeah, and then the Jets. And then,
I don't remember exactly where I had the Falcons. I mean Leroy had them winning the division. So where did you have the Falcons, Cleve? Do you remember?
Yeah, wait. I had the Falcons in
I
the
mean,
division too.
in the Falcons,
Oh,
But I had them at 9-8. I think I had them at 9-8. I didn't have them at anything crazy.
there's
And
just
then, wait,
no
hold on, just real
anywhere
quick,
near.
real quick before we catch a flight. Just so maybe I'm crazy. I forget. Brian Jr., who is the quarterback for the Falcons?
Tua is the quarterback.
Who is
No,
That's
it's
what I
Michael
thought. I
Penix.
just keep forgetting
Remember,
when I
he's
hear
starting.
winning division.
Remember, it's
that they
Michael
got another
Penix
quarterback
now.
besides Tua.
Is he starting?
Yeah, he's
Oh, well.
he's back off injury. They activated him. You know he's gonna.
I don't think he's gonna start.
Well, if Penix starts, then they're going to go 5-12.
I don't know if Penix starts. That's crazy.
All right, we got to get out of here. So we got a Tuesday night flight following and coming up. Thank you, Brian Jr., for coming on
A lot
this
of
week.
fun, man.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
show.
Thank you, Khalid, for stepping in on short notice and taking the reins. Also bet on the Lee Ice when the Falcons win the division. I'm gonna make a special freezer for you when they start the season 0-6 and they can't win the division halfway through the season. We're gonna have a special freezer ready for you. All right, but we got to get out of here. I don't have like a big send off like Leroy does, so we will just let Ric Flair take us home.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today.